Okay, as I said, we're here to slightly elaborate on our housing policy document that we brought before the Ardèche today. Some of the things I said in my deliberations, I think, paint a picture for you that is patently obvious as far as we are concerned. In my own county in Offaly, for example, no houses have been built under this government in the last 4 years. There are 8 under construction. It will be a race to have them built before the election is over, or they'll be remembered as the government that presided over no houses being built in that county. That's repeated in many other counties throughout the country. And then you have the situation here in Dublin and throughout the country also. And as I said, Simon told us last week, 1,000 children are now living in emergency accommodation across this city. That's not a crisis, that is a national scandal as far as we are concerned. So in response to that, we need to address the situation. Having been in government for the last 4 years, having watched this, having watched announcement after announcement but no real delivery on the ground, it was open to us to make suggestions in that area. So we've done so as three-pronged: the public sector, their onus of responsibility, and how you do empower them and allow them to meet the demands of the 90,000 that's on their waiting list. Secondly, you have the private sector and the development-led area. How do you help and assist them to get building houses again, because that's what this is all about. And thirdly, you have areas around home ownership. In the first instance, local authorities have an obligation to meet 45,000 units. That will be done in 3 ways. You have NAMA, for example, whom have been neglected by this government, by local authorities, in the way in which they were supposed to deliver a social dividend. We believe with dedicated units in the local authority areas that they can deliver 3,000 homes, 3,000 units. In relation to Part 5, again, we believe that we have to learn from our mistakes and from many mistakes that was made by previous governments in the past. There was an obligation and there was an option within that legislation in the past that there could be cash in lieu to local authorities. We disagree with that now. We think it should be all geared towards Part 5. That is the potential to deliver 12,000 units. In relation to local authorities themselves and direct bills, there's potential to deliver 30,000 units. We provide the funding to do that. We also have, in relation to the private development, then we're looking at a strategic investment bank and a home development bank that can fund developers at a competitive interest rate, and that can make funding available that's not available in the present market, as you know, from the part of the existing banks. In relation to home ownership, we brought forward several suggestions and ideas that we would hope to bring into legislation. First and foremost, I think I would address the issue that Michael has addressed in recent weeks and months, and even 2 years ago. People who are seeking to retain their own home, who have debt difficulties and mortgage difficulties. This government saw fit to give the bank a veto. Our first obligation will be to rid the country of that legislation and to rid those unfortunate people with that fact facing them. So I think that's paramount. We've also brought forward special savings initiatives to help and assist people with raising a deposit to purchase a new home. We've also brought in initiatives to allow elderly people to trade down to a smaller home if their families haven't been reared, which opens the opportunity for people to trade up. That's not there at present either. We also have a tenant purchase scheme that allows people up to 20,000 people take advantage of that. Some of the detail of that is a 3% discount on the valuation for a period of 10 years, maxed at 10 years, and other incentives also in relation to difficulties for low-income families to help and assist them. You could have up to 40 to 60% of a discount on their home. The capital derived, or profits derived from the special savings, we would hope to direct specifically 256 million to provide funding towards starter homes in the Dublin area, again to address that difficulty. So the bottom line is, as I said to you, this is not a crisis anymore, this is a scandal. We have an obligation to be credible in what we put forward. We have an obligation to put forward alternatives. We've been saying that for months now. You've been asking us where's the policy to show that. This is one of the policies we're bringing forward in this Ardèche, which addresses that issue.